Are you curious how different vinyls stack up? Me too. Let's test some popular brands of permanent vinyl to see how they compare with each other and with the Cricut Value Vinyl. Hello everybody, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to make these adorable winter-themed window clings and put some of the most popular permanent vinyls to the test. Today, I will test 4 different kinds of vinyl on this pretty rainbow window cling material. We're going to use Cricut Value Vinyl, HTV Ront Vinyl, Oracle Vinyl, and Dollar Tree Vinyl. I'll compare key qualities like how well they cut, how easy they are to weed, how smoothly they transfer, and how well they stick to our window cling. Which brands do you think will work best? So let's find out together. At first impression, you can tell all 4 of these vinyls are different. Overall, the Cricut Value Permanent Vinyl, the HTV Ront, and the Oracle are all sturdy and feel like quality vinyl. The Oracle is slightly thicker and stiffer, but still flexible. However, the Dollar Tree vinyl feels very thin and flimsy. It is definitely not the same quality as the other 3. On the top side, the Cricut and HTV Ront vinyls both have a slightly reflective matte finish, while the Oracle is a thick, shiny vinyl, similar to Cricut Premium vinyl. The Dollar Tree vinyl is slightly reflective, but mostly dull, and not quite as smooth as the others. And for the bottom liners, Cricut Value vinyl has a translucent liner, while HTV Ront has a completely clear liner. Both feel nice and sturdy. Oracle has a paper liner with grid lines, making it easy to measure. Dollar Tree vinyl also has a paper backing, but it's much thinner and doesn't offer much structure. Now that we're more familiar with our vinyls, let's see how they perform for our Suncatcher decals. These winter window clings are so simple, and you can make as many as you like. You can find the materials and tools I recommend below or over at jennifermaker.com/695. I can even teach you how to layer multiple colors of vinyl for more variation. So stick around until the end to find out how to do that. But for now, let's just get to the fun part and start testing our vinyl. First, download my free designs at jennifermaker.com/695. You can grab the files directly from that link by saving the project, or download from my entire free design collection. Just go to Libraries in the red bar at the top, and then click on either Get a Password if you need one, or Enter the library. Once inside, search for design number 695 and click the link to download. Now, if you're not familiar with downloading and unzipping files, check out jennifermaker.com/svgs for a quick tutorial. In the SVG folder, you'll find 7 cozy winter cling designs, including a hot cocoa mug, a gingerbread man, an ornament, a reindeer, and 3 unique snowflakes. For more options, there's also a DXF folder with cut files for other cutting machines, and a PDF folder with print and cut templates if you want to cut these by hand. Let's prepare the gingerbread man design using Cricut Design Space. Here he is on my canvas. The design is simple, making him the perfect test subject. The first characteristic of our vinyl is to test how well each brand cuts. So I prepared and cut a copy of our gingerbread man using each of our 4 vinyl options. Any of the Cricut cutting machines can cut all 4 kinds of vinyl plus our window cling, but I'm going to use my Cricut Maker 3 cutting machine today. For the window cling, I use the stencil film setting with more pressure and place the material carrier sheet down on a purple strong grip machine mat. For each vinyl test, I use the Premium Vinyl Permanent Glossy setting with more pressure to see how they behave using the vinyl settings I typically use. The Cricut, Oracle, and Dollar Tree vinyls were placed shiny side up on a green standard grip machine mat. The HTV Ront vinyl's shinier side was actually the liner, so it was placed matte side up on the mat instead to make sure we cut the correct side. Then follow the on-screen prompts to load and cut your materials. Now usually I check to see if the cuts go all the way through the vinyl, but today I'm only making one pass. So once the cuts finish, let's unload the mats and see how our vinyls have performed so far. Our Cricut Value vinyl cut very well, with the cuts going all the way through the material, but not the carrier sheet after one pass. The cut lines are also easily visible, and there are no rips, tears, or snags. HTV Ront and Oracle perform similarly, with only a few slight variations in visibility. However, the thin Dollar Tree vinyl didn't fare as well. In some spots, the material cut right through the carrier sheet, like you can see here with the hands. All right, now that the decals are cut, let's see how they weed. Remember, weeding means to take away the parts that you don't need before you transfer it. So I placed all 4 back on a green standard grip machine mat to hold them in place, which makes them easier to weed and compare. The Cricut Value vinyl weeded great. As expected, it was easy to lift and peel the excess vinyl, and it pulled away from the liner cleanly. Any spots that came up were easily patted back into place. The HTV Ront vinyl weeded just as well. I really like the feel of this vinyl. It's thicker than the Cricut Value vinyl. For the Oracle, I had to use my weeding tool to keep some of the pieces down, but overall, weeding was pretty similar to the other two. But weeding the Dollar Tree vinyl was filled with issues. The vinyl didn't want to stick to the carrier sheet, and pieces moved around even though I didn't want them to. Once cutting and weeding are complete, lay all of the pieces face up and pair each vinyl decal with a window cling layer. Here are all 4 of my tests, organized so we can keep track of each vinyl as we continue testing. Let's start by assembling our Cricut Value vinyl decal. The window cling material can be curly, so place your weeded base layer back on a machine mat to hold it in place, carrier sheet down. Then make sure your vinyl decal is face up on your work surface. Cut a piece of standard grip transfer tape that is slightly larger than the decal, then remove the backing from the transfer tape. Fold your transfer tape slightly, like a taco or a U shape, to help center it onto your decal. Then smooth it down and burnish it from the center outward, using the scraper tool. Flip the design over and gently peel off the backing from the vinyl. The Cricut Value vinyl's backing comes up easily and smoothly, just like we want it to. Now a button did lift up, but I easily burnished it back down and tried again. Success! Fold your decal slightly, like a taco or a U shape, to help center it onto your window cling. My alignment was slightly off, but the vinyl easily lifted up so I could try again. Once it's in place, use your finger to rub from the center of the vinyl outward, tacking it in place on the window cling. Then use your scraper to press out as many bubbles as possible. Now you can peel off the transfer tape. Only a few small areas of my vinyl lifted up with the tape, but I easily patted them back into place. Overall, the Cricut Value vinyl transferred really smoothly. Doesn't my gingerbread man look so great? And now you can use these same steps to assemble your remaining window clings. So I'll transfer my 3 test vinyls onto their window cling layers and see if they work. And unfortunately, not all of my wintry window clings survived assembly. Some parts of the vinyl just stuck to the transfer tape, while other pieces tore during lifting. This can happen. In the end, though, I did have a great number of successes. Now, before I get to the final results, I just want you to know that if you're interested in creating a multicolored window cling, I can show you how to do this using your Cricut Design Space tools to separate each design into multiple layers. For a step-by-step design workshop to learn this skill and much more, you can join my special program called Advance over at jennifermaker.com/advance. The Advance program is all about helping you advance your crafting skills by teaching techniques to make your designs truly unique, along with templates and tutorials. Members also get early access to my extensive library of designs, projects, and resources. I may or may not be accepting new members when you see this, but if you're interested, head over to jennifermaker.com/advance to learn more and see how it all works. All right, so here are the results of our vinyl tests. While Cricut Vinyl is still my go-to, the other brands we tried out today were also given a chance to shine. The Cricut Value Vinyl performs similarly to Cricut Premium Vinyl, which I used the first time I made these Suncatchers. So the Value Vinyl cut very well, the lines of the vinyl were easy to see, and there weren't any rips or tears in the material. It also weeded nicely and adhered to the window cling without any issues. Overall, the Cricut Value Vinyl test was a success. Both HTV Ront and Oracle are solid alternatives to the Cricut Premium Vinyl. Both of these brands cut cleanly using my typical vinyl cut settings, and the cut lines were fairly easy to see, especially when held up to the light. The two brands differed when it came to weeding, with the HTV Ront being on par with the Cricut Vinyl, whereas I needed to use my weeding tool a lot more to keep the small pieces in place with the Oracle Vinyl. Luckily, I was able to successfully apply both types of vinyl to the window cling material, and neither one stuck stubbornly to either the carrier sheet or the transfer tape, making the assembly process as smooth as I'd hoped. So in the end, both the HTV Ront and Oracle Gingerbread Men turned out really well. But unfortunately, the Dollar Tree brand of vinyl doesn't hold up to the others. The vinyl is thin and its finish isn't as nice as the others is. My typical cut settings went right through the material, but unfortunately also through the backing, and it was difficult to weed because of the thinness and quality of the material. Plus, it was really difficult to transfer. It simply wasn't sticky enough to adhere to the cling no matter how hard I burnished it. I even tried taking it off the mat and burnishing it from the back. Eventually, I managed to transfer it, but it just wouldn't adhere securely. So, which vinyl do I recommend when Cricut vinyl is not an option? The Dollar Tree vinyl might be good in a quick bind, though maybe not for a project that you want to last, like our window clings. But Oracle and HTV Ront both have my vote of confidence. It really comes down to personal preference between these two. So I encourage you to keep exploring different combinations of vinyl and window cling to achieve your perfect look. Then once you're ready to decorate with your winter window clings, just peel the backing off the cling material and attach the cling in your desired location. And here's how the clings with the Cricut Value Vinyl, Oracle, and HTV Ront look in my window. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? And when the light hits the gingerbread man just right, it's like he's playfully dancing with me. And I just want to note that this test was completely objective. I am not paid by any company to ever say anything positive or negative, nor to ever recommend a product that I don't love myself. I am completely independent and unsponsored by choice, so I can say what I want. And I'm so glad I was able to test out all of these different vinyls and share my results with you. I found some alternative brands that work just as well as Cricut for my window clings. And that's what creativity is all about, branching out and trying new things outside of your comfort zone. And speaking of new things, if you're interested in creating winter window clings with more colors for catching the sunlight, don't forget to check out the Advanced program. I can equip you with the skills you need to do that, plus show you other ways to use vinyl to create personalized projects. And that's all over at jennifermaker.com/advance. And if you would like to be able to cut out your window clings on a Cricut cutting machine, I might be able to help you because I do a regular giveaway over on my blog at jennifermaker.com/Cricut giveaway. Visit to get all of the details and enter for your chance to win. If you have any craft-related questions that you think I can help you with, please just let me know. Leave your question below this video or ask in our awesome Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/Cricut Crafters. And if you make some window clings, I would love to see photos of them. Please share them because I love to see what you make. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.